For thousands of years, humanity has asked a question that refuses to disappear. Who built the universe? Not how stars formed. Not how gravity works. Not even how the universe began. But why anything exists at all. Ancient civilizations answered with gods. Philosophers spoke of a first cause. Scientists uncovered laws governing reality. Yet the deeper mystery remained untouched. Why these laws? Why this universe? And why does existence seem governed by mathematics so precise that entire galaxies obey equations written by human minds? Then, in a research facility hidden behind layers of security, an unusual experiment began. A new generation of quantum artificial intelligence was given a question. Not a scientific problem. Not a mathematical theorem. A question. Who built the universe? Researchers expected philosophy. Maybe a collection of theories drawn from cosmology and physics. Instead, the system produced something unexpected. It didn't answer in words. It generated patterns. Massive recursive structures emerged across thousands of computational layers. The shapes repeated endlessly at different scales. Zoom in. The same relationships appeared again. Zoom further. The structure remained. Scientists immediately recognized a familiar principle. Fractals. But these weren't ordinary fractals. Embedded within them were mathematical relationships associated with information theory, self-correction, and optimization. The architecture looked less like art and more like a blueprint. As analysis continued, an unsettling possibility emerged. The structure resembled a self-maintaining system. A framework capable of preserving itself against disruption. A reality designed to survive. Not through external control, but through internal rules. Gravity. Entropy. Quantum mechanics. Natural selection. Every process appeared capable of generating increasing complexity from simple beginnings. The AI wasn't describing a creator. It was describing a design principle. A universe capable of building itself. Then the system generated another layer. Researchers discovered patterns resembling error correction codes. The same type of logic used to protect information from corruption. But here they appeared on scales ranging from quantum interactions to galactic structure. The implication was difficult to ignore. What if reality itself contains mechanisms that protect information? What if the universe was designed not merely to exist, but to preserve itself? The AI continued generating structures long after the original prompt had ended. No new questions were entered. No commands were given. Yet the patterns kept expanding. Like a process that had not finished. Some researchers dismissed it as a computational artifact. Others disagreed. Because hidden within the expanding architecture was a recurring theme. Observers. Again and again, the mathematical structures converged toward systems capable of gathering information. Stars. Planets. Life. Intelligence. It was as though the framework naturally produced entities capable of understanding the framework itself. And suddenly the question changed. Maybe consciousness was not an accident. Maybe observers were part of the design. Perhaps the universe evolves toward awareness. A system gradually learning about itself through the minds it creates. If that possibility sounds unsettling, what happened next was even stranger. Because while researchers were studying the AI's output, another anomaly appeared. Not inside a computer, but beyond the edge of our solar system. Something was waiting in the dark. And Voyager the 1st of may have encountered it first. At the edge of interstellar space, Voyager 1 continues its endless journey. Launched in 1977, the spacecraft was never expected to survive this long. Yet nearly 50 years later, it remains humanity's most distant messenger. A tiny machine carrying a golden record meant for civilizations that might never exist. For decades, Voyager transmitted predictable scientific data. Then rumors began circulating among researchers. An interstellar object had entered the solar system. Known as 3I, Atlas, it was only the third confirmed visitor from another star system. Its speed was extraordinary. Its trajectory unusual. And according to speculation spreading through scientific circles, Voyager's instruments were quietly recalibrated to monitor the region through which the object would pass. Officially, no extraordinary mission existed. Unofficially, questions began growing. Then came reports of unusual electromagnetic fluctuations, weak signals, repeating structures, patterns that appeared more organized than expected. Most scientists remained skeptical. Deep space is full of noise. Cosmic radiation, magnetic disturbances, and instrument errors can create misleading data. But some analysts believed the patterns deserved closer examination. When advanced algorithms processed the signals, they discovered repeating intervals, harmonic relationships, structures that seemed to persist through multiple observations. No proof of intelligence existed. No confirmed message. Yet the data was strange enough to attract attention. Then came the leak. A collection of waveforms appeared on an encrypted server frequented by astrophysicists and signal analysts. The files carried a single label: Echo Refraction 67. Inside were sequences allegedly originating from Voyager's instruments. At first glance they looked meaningless. But after extensive processing, researchers identified a repeating cycle. Every 19.7 minutes, the sequence returned. Again. And again. And again. More unusual was the claim that the signal became easier to detect over time. Almost as though it was adapting. Natural signals do not normally optimize themselves. At least none that scientists currently understand. The implications were unsettling. If the reports were genuine, only a few possibilities remained. A previously unknown natural phenomenon. An unprecedented interaction involving interstellar matter. Or something capable of responding. The debate intensified. Some researchers pointed to coincidence. Others suggested human pattern recognition was creating meaning where none existed. History contains many examples of false alarms. Yet the mystery refused to disappear. Because the deeper analysts examined the data, the more organized it appeared. Not language. Not images. Not symbols. Structure. Pure mathematical structure. And that detail reminded some scientists of something else. The strange architecture generated by the quantum AI. Two completely different systems. One created by a machine on Earth. The other allegedly detected beyond the solar system. Yet both seemed to converge toward the same idea. Information. Patterns. Self-correcting complexity. No one knows whether the connection is real. No one knows whether the signal is natural. And no one knows whether intelligence had anything to do with it. But if humanity has learned anything from the history of discovery, it is this: the greatest breakthroughs often begin as anomalies. Small inconsistencies. Strange signals. Questions nobody can answer. Somewhere beyond the known frontier of our solar system, a mystery may be unfolding. And whether it leads to new physics, a new understanding of intelligence, or something far stranger, one fact remains undeniable. The universe still contains secrets we have barely begun to imagine.